To be the market overview for the week. We're getting a lot of alerts, so. All right. Now, if you remember the last meeting, this is one of the exercises that I gave all of you to do, was to actually go through each of your markets and each of your time frames. Well, I've already done that this morning. Well, most of the markets anyway. I didn't do the Swiss franc and I didn't do the ES, but I think if you see the other markets, you should get a pretty good idea of what we're doing. Okay? So the first thing that I wanted to go through was the market reports this week because they have a definitive impact on the markets. Monday, as we all know, was a holiday. Tuesday, which is today, we have an 8:30 core durable goods. We have a 10 a.m. CB consumer confidence. And then this evening on the yen, we do have the monetary policy meeting minutes being released. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, we have the G7 meetings. Now, that can cause market spikes, okay? What direction will it spike? Well, if we knew that, we'd all be rich, wouldn't we? Okay? We don't know. It's, if they come out and say something that traders don't like, it will spike down. If they come out and say something that traders like, it will spike up. Okay? It's just, an emotional trading time. If they come out and say nothing at all, then the market doesn't move. Okay? So that's something to be aware of. Now, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we do have the Bank of Canada rate statement. We also have at 9:30, wait a minute. No, that's 9:30 p.m. It's on the Aussie. I thought that was wrong. We have private capital expenditures. On Thursday at 4:30 in the morning, we have the British pound, and that is the second estimate GDP quarter over quarter. At 8:30, we have unemployment claims, and at 11 o'clock Thursday, we have crude oil inventories. Then on Friday, again, you have the G7 meetings. At 8:30, we have the preliminary GDP. That is, I believe, quarter over quarter. Let me check real quick. Yes, it is quarter over quarter on that. We also have the GDP on the Canadian. That is month over month. Okay? Everybody understand that so far? All right, let's go. Now, this was the scanner at 6:38 a.m. this morning. Okay? And what I have done along the left side, I have listed the things that kind of stand out at me. Pay attention, this is going on, okay? On gold, you have a long divergence on the 45-minute. The ADX line is red, and it is at 80, okay? The RSI is also red. When I took this snapshot, it was at 48. By 6:45, it was 50, so I updated this to show that. On the euro, the 45-minute ADX is red, and it is at 82. The 180 is ADX is red at 77. We also have a long divergence on the 720. On the British pound, we have long divergence on both the 45 and the 180. The ADX 45-minute is red. It is at 69, as well as the 180 ADX is red and at 69. On the Swiss franc, we have long divergence on the 45-minute. We have a magenta peak and a potential retracement of 24 ticks. We also have an ADX magenta peak on the 180. It is red. That tells me we should go up 69 ticks. On the Nasdaq, we have a magenta peak on the 720. It is blue. And we have 122 ticks back to the ATR. Everybody understand what I just wrote over here? These are the important details. Now, why are they important? Because an ADX value at 70, okay, tells us that the market is either overbought or oversold. If I have an R listed here, that means this is what? It is oversold. If I have an R there, it is oversold. Do y'all understand that? I like using a lot of codes. Codes are easier to read sometimes. Any questions so far? All right. Now, let's go more in depth on gold, okay? The 1440 is trying to break the ATR. The congestion dot is being plotted below price at 1180. The 720 minute, the congestion dot is at 1194.3. It's below price. And we have potential diverging volume. The ATR is above price. On the 180, we have potential volume divergence. ATR is above price. 45-minute ADX at 83.35, and it is red, so that tells me what? It is oversold. The RSI is at 50.56. What does that tell me? It is oversold. We also have confirmed volume divergence, okay? Not potential, confirmed volume divergence. Summary, expect the 45-minute ADX magenta peak with a potential 60-tick retracement to the upside. Analyze the volume after price reaches the ATR on the 45-minute chart. Now, what could you also do? You could also have done a 3-minute Buddha trade, okay? Going into that 45-minute magenta peak. Does everybody understand that? Y'all are quiet this morning. All right. Got one yes. All right, let's go look at crude. Crude, congestion area, 62 is where the ATR is and 56 is where the congestion dot is. Now, these are not exact. In other words, I didn't highlight it and try to get the exact price. These are, it looked like it was about 62. It looked like it was about 56. That's good enough. Trading is not an exact science. It's an art, and I tend to do these in art form, okay? 720 is moving down. There's nothing significant to me at the moment on the 720. Do y'all see what I did with that? Just moving down. That's it. It's moving down. There's nothing substantial to really say, hey, there's something going on here. Really not. It's just moving down. The 180, you've got potential volume divergence on the lows, but you would need to come back and read that at 9 o'clock. That's when the bar ends. The significant one on crude is the 45-minute. You have an ADX magenta peak coming in, a potential 43-tick retracement. Sweet spot from 59.40 to 59.80. Note, the 3-minute has tested the ATR 3 times and is trying to break the congestion dot now, okay? Summary, 45-minute magenta peak should create an upward movement. Retracement to around 59.80. You need to analyze the volume at that area. Any questions on crude? All right, let's go to the Dow. Price is near the ATR with potential volume divergence. 720, congestion area, 18,317, which is where the ATR is, to 18,087, which is where the congestion dot is. Potential volume divergence on the lows on the 180-minute chart. 45-minute, price at the ATR at 18,210, with increasing buying volume at the moment. Summary, price may go up and test the ATR on the 720 since it flipped the ATR and formed a congestion area. However, it will need to flip the ATR on the 45-minute and then test to ensure support has formed. Not favored for trading today until a clearer picture is presented. That means I'm not really going to pay a lot of attention today on the Dow until a clearer picture is formed. Does everybody understand that? Are there any questions on that one? Because this is where you get into trouble. You know, you've had 4 days off from trading, and oh my God, you want to take a trade? This is not the market to be doing that in. On the Nasdaq, volume divergence on the highs, but sellers are not coming in. 720, price is at an ATR after an ADX magenta peak. No sellers are coming in. That tells me, hey, this is saying down, this is saying up, okay? Broke the congestion dot with divergence on the lows. Expect a retest of the ATR. So we have down, we have up, and we have up. Price is at the ATR, and sellers seem to be coming in. Need to keep an eye on this one to see if sellers are selling the high at the ATR. I wrote this probably about half an hour ago. Okay, so you need to really look at this 45-minute today. If they're selling into these highs, it's going to go back down. Summary, watch the 45-minute chart to see if sellers are selling into the high. The ATRs on the 180 and 720 are going to be issues. Not favored for trading today until a clearer picture is presented. Everybody understand that? Dow, Nasdaq, not my favorite markets today. Now, if you are only trading the Dow and the Nasdaq, you're going to have a rough day. Do you understand? It's not favored. Today is not the day to say I'm going to hit a home run trade. Understand? All right, let's go to the euro. 1440, breaking the congestion dot with potential volume divergence on the lows. 720, potential divergence on lows. ADX at 60. 180, divergence on the lows. Notice I didn't say potential. I said divergence. That's confirmed divergence. ADX is at 77. 45, divergence on the lows. ADX at 84. Expect retracement to the ATR on the 45-minute and may retrace on the 180 if the magenta peak comes in. What does that tell us to do today? 45-minute magenta peak, go to a 3-minute. Buddha trade. Understand? Any questions on that? And I'll show you the trade that I did on that. And I'll also show you why I exited. All right, British pound, 1440, trying to break the ATR. Congestion dot is forming at 52.72. Potential divergence on the lows. 720, potential divergence on the lows. 180, potential divergence on the low. Bar ends at 9 a.m., so check. Okay? And that means for confirmed divergence, in case you're wondering. That's why I want to check it. Do we have that potential divergence confirmed? The ADX is at 69.74, which is why I want to check it at 9 o'clock, because if that potential divergence comes in, what's going to happen? You're going to get a magenta peak on the 180. You understand? All right, 45-minute. ADX magenta peak, 36 tick retracement expected. Sellers are controlling the bars at the moment. Summary, expect a retracement on the 45 and the 180 if the magenta peak comes in. Watch out for the sellers controlling these highs. Why? Because this is a strong downtrend. You do need to watch out if the sellers are selling those highs. Okay? You need to watch out. Now, everybody understand why I wouldn't be trading the indices, why I would go over and potentially trade either gold or trade the Forex pairs? All right, now, this is the trade that I did, and it was a Buddha trade over on the Euro. Do you see how this came back, actually formed divergence here? I did get a little bit of slippage on that. Do y'all see that? Now, I was following the volume all through here, okay? Do you see how it made a low here, made a low here? Do you see the volume divergence on that? Everybody see that? Now, I could have exited the trade, but the volume was saying, nah, it's going to go back up. It's got to test for sellers, right? All right, so then it goes up, and you see how the volume starts to increase, and we got volume divergence here, confirmed here. I exited the trade. Very simple. Why would I exit the trade? I did not get 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. I got more, it was just under 1 to 1. So why would I exit there? I've got confirmed volume divergence. I am counter trend trading, okay? And I have an ADX that is above 70 that tells me it's going to go down and potentially take away the 12 ticks that I just worked to get. Everybody understand it now? You are a quiet bunch this morning. I don't use confirmed volume divergence on entries, Larry. If I have potential divergence at the ATR, I'm going to enter. That is your lowest point of risk. Does everybody understand? Now, if the magenta peak, and it's starting to come in right now on the euro, and I'll bring it down and show it. Do you see how this potential, well, it's not potential anymore, it's actually coming in on the 180? What does that tell me? It tells me to go down to a 12-minute. And I already know that the 12 minutes already flipped the ATR, formed a congestion dot. I'll bring it up and show it to you. Here we go. All right, we just got a magenta peak starting to come in here, right? We're going over to the 12-minute. Do y'all see that? What's happening? Congestion dot. What do we expect? We expect it to come back and test the ATR, correct? That's what I'm waiting on. And if it happens, I'm going right back in it. Would I be cautious because this is a downtrend? Yeah, I'll be cautious. Just like I was on the 3-minute. Do y'all understand that? Yes or no? You know, well, what about if you wanted to do a binary on the euro US dollar? Okay. Let it come back and test this ATR first. Okay. Remember, these will go, 4 ticks out, 20 ticks if you're doing the dailies. So if it comes back to 0901, hey, you could start taking binary options on the way back to the ATR on the 180, but there's only 60 ticks, okay? So that's going to be really, really tight on the binary. Understand? I believe, let's go look at gold real quick. Let's see if we got an entry on gold this morning. If I'm not mistaken, we did. There was your magenta peak there. This is where you tested the ATR. I don't think I would have taken it until here. That's where you really could see you had volume divergence. Okay, so about 1194.1 on that one. You could have set it about 10 ticks from entry. Not sure you would have made exactly 20 ticks. But again, this is where, when you see this magenta peak come in, why are you giving back profits? This is counter trend trading. Why are you giving back profits? Does everybody understand that? You did get 45-minute magenta peak on crude as well. That's where your magenta peak just started to come in. If you were up earlier today like I was, you had an entry here, you had another entry here, you even had an entry over here. Okay, so this one, I mean, even though it hasn't retraced all the way back to the ATR, it's given you 1, 2, 3 entries so far. Here, no entry. Okay. Let's go look at the British pound. I don't like that chart at all. There's too many gaps in it. I would wait and let the 12-minute do it on the British pound. I would not do it right now. Do y'all understand that? Just let the 12-minute set up. The 3-minute is just too gappy to take a trade. All right, any questions this morning? Remember, these are supposed to be short and sweet. We like to keep them that way. Does anybody have any questions? If you don't ask questions, then I don't know that you have a question. I will post this after 9:30 this morning when the market opens. It will be the market overview for this week. What I would do is, start with this one and just update it as the week goes. You could even say, okay, this is what happened on 5/26, and update it as it goes, okay? Do y'all understand that? That's what it's all about. Yeah, I think they do too this morning. Too many hamburgers yesterday. That's what it was. Too many hamburgers and hot dogs. All right. Now tomorrow morning, again, 7:30, we'll have it. I'll try to record that so for those that are not here can see it. I do not release these until later. This one will be released to everybody in general. Oh, he is, Larry. Having a wonderful time now. He starts the mechanical college today at Fort Lee. So he's very excited about it. All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Ooh. Well, I hope she gets to feeling better really, really quick, Mika. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place.